But we came together there for a moment, Bernie, as a nation. Everything was set aside. The search crews were moving. The evacuations were happening because the towers came down in within the hour, didn't they?
Yeah, one came down about 45 minutes later. The mayor and I were actually on that corner in an office. Merrill Lynch had an office there on the corner of Barclay and West Broadway, and he was on the phone trying to get a hold of the president when Tower 2 actually collapsed. Later, about 45 minutes later, Tower 1 collapsed as well. When you think about unity, there's an example of this that I try to remind people of when I talk about September 11th. If you recall, on September 14th, President Bush came to Ground Zero. And when he looked at the damage, he wanted to go up afterward and visit with the families of the missing at the Javits Center. And we all got into his SUV. There were 6 of us, actually, got into the back of his SUV, and we were riding up West Broadway and West Street, and he was looking out the window, and there were thousands and thousands of people out there with signs, God bless America, go get him, Mr. President, God bless George Bush, and all this stuff. And he looked out the window and he says to Giuliani, he says, this is amazing, the unity, these people. And the mayor sort of looked at him and smiled. He said, Mr. President, I hate to be the one to tell you this. We're on the west side of Manhattan and not one of those people voted for you. And everybody in the Suburban laughed. But that was the reality. They weren't. This was the west side of Manhattan. These, for the most part, were Democratic liberals. But on that day, in the aftermath of the attack, they were Americans. They didn't give a damn who they were, what party they were in, whether they were liberal or conservative, or whether they were black or white. It didn't make any difference. They were Americans.